one of the Lunch Lady Librarians, and this is our first quarantine quick meal, and it is really easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm going to be doing a sheet pan dinner, and I do these all the time because I have leftover stuff in my refrigerator that needs to be used up. So I basically use whatever is in my fridge. So today I'm using kind of a bunch of stuff. Most of the things that I usually use. So I have, I'm chopping up an onion right now. I usually do half an onion, I don't do a whole onion, but that's really up to you. This whole sheet pan dinner is kind of a guideline. There's no recipe. You can use whatever you have in your house. And since this is a quarantine quick meal, you're gonna have to scrounge maybe, or maybe you'll have a bunch of stuff that needs to be used. I don't know, that's you. So I have sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, asparagus, a yellow pepper, some bag of carrots that needs to be used up, some mushrooms, some tomatoes that are getting a little shrivelly, and half an apple my child didn't want to eat. And also an avocado, which I'm not going to roast, but could go nicely as an accoutrement at the end. So basically I'm just chopping up everything really roughly, nice big chunks, and I'm going to put it on my pan. I'm a big fan of the Silpats, easy cleanup, nothing sticks, but if you do not have that, you could use parchment paper, or make sure you oil your pan really well so stuff doesn't stick. Yeah. As far as whether this is a vegetarian meal or not, that's totally up to you. I always add sausage because this is my favorite sausage in the world, and I buy it in bulk when it's on sale, so I always have like 5 containers in my freezer, and I just chop it up and put it in there. I've used up leftover chicken I've put in there. I've put leftover bratwurst because we're from Wisconsin. We eat a lot of brats. Put leftover bratwurst in there. I've put leftover pork roast or pork tenderloin in there. I haven't ever done any kind of beef, but I'm sure you could make it work for you. But you can also just do vegetables. And besides what I have here, I've also put in cauliflower and broccoli. I don't know, what else would you put in there, Miss Sarah? What else could you put in the sheet pan for veg?
You have potatoes.
Yeah.
I like to put a squash in sometimes, and then you would put that in, I think, with the potatoes, because I think they take longer to cook.
I put everything in all at once.
I made an asparagus and potato one the other day, and I put in the potatoes first, and then I added some to it, but I think it just depends on like maybe your baking temperature and like, because asparagus cooks quicker.
It does.
So then some like of the other heartier
It's true.
ones.
I
but,
do usually put everything in at once.
and like
though.
tomatoes, those will be like later on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's
The
tiny.
tomatoes I do add later especially, but I chop my potatoes up pretty small so that they do cook quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So it depends on like the size of your chunks too.
Yes. Yeah. You could do beets, I suppose, as well.
Delicious.
Beets
I
would
love
be great.
roasting vegetables, so pretty
I do
much any
too.
vegetable you have lying around. Even carrots, like I'll chop
yeah.
them up and just add them to the pan because I love
Heck
roasted
yeah.
carrots.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I've done portobello mushrooms too, and I've chunked them up bigger. Really good flavor instead of just the plain old white mushrooms.
Shiitake mushrooms would taste delicious.
Yes, yes. Although those I might add in later too because they could get shrivelly and gross. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the vegetables at the
Brussels
grocery store.
sprouts.
Except right now the grocery stores are not stocked full of vegetables, so get what you can and just shove it on a pan. All right, so I've chopped up some more stuff. You guys didn't need to watch that. So I've got my yellow peppers, my onions, and my sweet potatoes and regular potatoes, and I'm going to put them on my pan. And then I'm going to beat up my garlic here. Take your aggressions out because you're tired of being with your kids for a few days. Beat up the garlic. All right, so I smashed the garlic, took out my aggression, and I'm going to just put the whole garlic clove in there smashed. I'm going to take another one and do the same thing. Ah, that felt good. All right. You can add as much garlic or no garlic. It's really up to you as you want, or maybe you don't have any, doesn't matter. It's your choice. You can see here, I did a rough chop of my peppers, but I did a pretty small chop of my potatoes so that they cook a little faster and things cook evenly. I'm gonna stick this in now. Can't forget my carrots, gotta use these up. I'm gonna do a quick, just rough chop of these guys, just chop them in half. The best thing about these sheet pan dinners is that you do want to cook as much together as possible because the flavors meld together and it just tastes so good. I'm just going to put some olive oil on here and some salt and pepper. I don't use anything else, and if you're quarantined, you probably don't have fresh herbs unless you live somewhere where you can grow them outside or you have them growing inside your house. I do not. So I just love the plain old olive oil and salt and pepper. It gives it, all the flavors really shine when they're roasted. What do you think, Miss Sarah?
This is like a good time to use up those random seasoning mixes that you have in your pantry. Because like I know I always buy the ones when they're on sale, and then I'm like, when am I going to use this random seasoning? And then
Do that.
I never use it, so this is what I would throw them on, like roasting veggies. So
I can't put seasoning in anything because my kids won't eat it. Not that my kids are going to eat this anyway. Let's be real. They're going to have macaroni and cheese or chicken fingers. They wouldn't eat something this lovely and delicious. But maybe your kids will, and if so, seriously easy dinner. All right, so then I'm just going to mix it up a little bit, get everything covered in the oil and the salt and pepper. La 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 la. Huh? Okay, sorry. Sam's telling me what to do. That's why I said, huh? Sam's saying, show me the money. All right, so then I'm gonna put it in my preheated oven. I do it at about 350. I like it nice and slow. Gives the veggies a chance to like really soak up each other's flavors. So I'm gonna put it in at 350, and I think, and this is, like I said, I don't follow a recipe. So I'm probably gonna check on it in about 10 minutes and see how everything's going, and then I may add some of my other stuff. I still have stuff to add. I did not add the meat at this point because they're pre-cooked sausages and they'll just get dried out. If you were doing, say, chicken that was not already cooked, you would want to start your chicken right now and do it separately. Don't do it in your pan. Either bake it separately or fry it, however you like to prepare your chicken. But you're going to want to do that separately while this is cooking in the oven. You're going to want to start that now. If you're using pre-cooked chicken, leftover chicken, rotisserie chicken, you're good. You're good to go. You can wait on that. You can just cut it up during the meantime. All right, so I'm going to put this guy in. And I just went off. We're going to turn that back on. All right. Here we go. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I have taken the sheet pan out after about 10-15 minutes. The potatoes are still, they're not quite done, so this is perfect. And it's okay if the peppers and the onions are soft. They're still gonna give great flavor and the softness. Good. So I'm adding my asparagus in now and also my pre-cooked sausages. Again, if you're using meats that are not pre-cooked, so chicken, if you're using like bratwurst or sausage that's not pre-cooked, you're gonna need to cook it first and then add it in right at the end because it's gonna be warm and you just wanna kind of, mix it up with it. You don't really even need to put it in the oven at all because it'll be nice and warm. But these are already pre-cooked and they just need to be warmed up, so I'm mixing them in right now when I'm putting my asparagus in, and I'm also gonna put in my mushrooms. So, pro tip, if you don't know, when you have asparagus, you should always snap the ends off. Don't eat those ends, they're tough. Toss them up. I'm gonna do a nice rough chop of my asparagus. And if you can get to the grocery store, asparagus is on sale right now in a lot of places because it's a spring vegetable, so it's in season, so it's plentiful, and it's super good for you and super delicious.
And typically on sale.
Typically on sale. Yes, 97 cents today, guys. 97 cents. But like if you don't like asparagus, we were talking, Brussels sprouts is an amazing thing to put in here too. Super delicious. Green beans. I suppose you could put peas in there. I am not a fan of peas, so.
I wouldn't put it on a sheet pan thing, but you could. They just like definitely would just be warmed up really fast.
Right, well, if you use fresh peas though, you might want to cook them first and then toss them in at the end. Yeah, I'm not a fan, so I don't advocate for peas, but you do you, right? Right, I'm gonna put in, I don't know if I'm gonna put in all my mushrooms. My pan's getting kind of full. And I'm just gonna kind of break them up a little bit. They're kind of big, so I'm gonna, instead of chopping them, I'm just gonna break them up, sprinkle them on the top. Because I still have, I'm gonna put this in again, I still have some apple and some tomatoes to toss in right at the end. So my pan's getting full. But, and I mean, too, this is such an easy cleanup meal, which is one thing that I love. Like especially if you're, I don't know, in a hurry for something, or like with me, I know I talk about my kids a lot, everybody, you're gonna have to hear it. With having kids at home, it's really nice to be able to just be like, oh, there's one pan and the dinner dishes, like the plates and stuff, that's it. Toss it all in the dishwasher and be done. Time for bed.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's annoying to have to like wash so many dishes.
Yes. I can't stand it. So this is great. I also enjoy grilling for that reason as well. So like, that's another quick quarantine meal.
You can
like,
grill everything that you have on that.
It's true. I have a nice pan that I use for the grill. It's like a saute pan. It's great. But you could
Foil
literally
packets.
use if you're okay with it, you could use a cast iron pan on your grill.
Foil packets.
Foil-
Putting the vegetables in.
We do the foil packets. My husband does an awesome potato, carrot, and onion medley. It's wonderful. Yeah. But grilling, I mean, get outside. We still need to get outside during this. It's good for our health to be outside. So
Absolutely.
get out and grill. You could definitely grill this stuff. I'm just gonna put a tad more olive oil on top here for my new veg. Just a smidge more salt and pepper. I like to layer that a little bit, because it'll, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just add
It's
more
good
salt.
to put a lot of salt when you're using potatoes, because potatoes absorb all that salt. So
And-
salt.
Thank you, Sarah. I never put enough salt on anything, guys.
Me
So
neither. I'm an under seasoner.
I'm a super under seasoner. My husband and I are chronic under seasoners. Maybe there's a group for us, guys. The Under Seasoners Anonymous.
Under seasoners united. Alliteration.
Oh, nice, Sarah. That's why we librarians.
So
We
we're the
know
lunch.
alliteration.
That's why we're the library lunch ladies.
All right, so I'm gonna put it back in. These are gonna cook quicker, so I'm gonna check on it. I'm gonna probably give it another look in about 5 minutes to see how things are doing. All right. Okay, so after about 5-10 minutes, I took the sheet pan dinner out. I added some chopped up apple. I think it's gonna taste really nice with the sweet potato and the sausage that I used was a bourbon apple sausage, so it'll give it a little more of that appley flavor. And then I tossed my container of little shrivelly tomatoes in there. They're still good, they're not moldy, they're just a little shrivelly, and they're gonna shrivel up more in the oven. So now I'm gonna toss it in, and I'm really gonna watch it because I would like the apples to still be crisp. So I kind of just wanted to heat them through. That crunchiness will be nice with the kind of mushier things like the potatoes and stuff. So I'm going to put it back in my oven, probably for just about 5 minutes. Oh, it's getting heavy. It's hard to hold on to with one hand. Okay. Okay, so I've taken it out of the oven. My apples are perfect. They're still a little crunchy, and my tomatoes are nice and warm. And I would like to show you what it looks like. I'm gonna come a little close. So that is what it looks like right now. Everything's a nice bright color. That asparagus looks wonderful. The green is beautiful. And I am gonna have a little taste of this. Now, you can add some things to it. I have some Parmesan, shaved Parmesan that I'm gonna put on mine today. Sarah actually has feta, and feta, I've put feta in this before. Fantabulous, wonderful. And then you could also add in like an avocado if you wanted to mix it in. I don't know what else you could put in there. You get to do whatever you want. It's you make it yours. So I just wanted to quick note about timing. These were all like kind of not exact times. The first round with the potatoes and stuff, I'd say I probably left it in 15 to 20 minutes. And then when I added the asparagus and the sausage and the mushrooms, this is probably about 10, 15. And then at the end there, it was probably like 5 to 10. And you know, it just depends on how your oven bakes. It depends on how much you have on your pan. This is loaded. If you're cooking something else with it, if you're doing 2 sheet pan dinners, it's gonna take longer. So there's no like, this is how it goes. It's very much, you kind of just have to kind of keep an eye on it. But that's like the hardest thing you have to do, that and the chopping. Otherwise, this is a super simple, easy peasy dinner or lunch or breakfast. You could add an egg to this. It would be wonderful. A nice sunny side up egg and a bowl of that in the morning. It's kind of like a hash. That would be fabulous. So I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna put a little bit on in my bowl here. Put a little cheesy cheese on top. Okay, here we go. Would you like to try some?
Sure. Throw some in a little tiny bowl.
Wonderful. Sarah will tell you what she thinks. Hopefully it's a yum. If she doesn't like it, you guys are gonna know. Would you like some Parmesan cheese, or do you want to put feta on yours?
I'll put Parmesan.
Okay. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Bad manners.
Good.
There you go. I'm gonna have another bite.
I'm after that sweet potato. Those are my favorite. That's real good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you don't need a lot of seasoning either, just the salt and pepper really.
It totally tastes like the olive oil flavored. That's really
Hey, I did good. Yay! All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you're enjoying your quarantine. Make the most of it. Get outside. Spend time with your family if you're quarantined with them. And make some great dinners. We'll be back with more. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching the Library Lunch Ladies, and join us next time for
Quarantine quick meals. See you later.